What's up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster, of course, and Golden Valley. Excuse me, once again, and the coughing has already started. So, we're here, and I'm going to go back into the settings here. I always end up turning my audio off because I keep watching like videos at the same time when I do stuff. So, there we go. Alright, so we're back in Golden Valley, and today I've been wanting to do some of the buildings around here because, you know, we're getting straight into this, but I've been wanting to do the buildings back here, but, you know, I'm trying to get more confident in my ability to build things, so we're gonna go over here onto this side, and we're gonna get some buildings starting to come up here. So we're gonna go to foundations, change the size up just a little bit so it's not too much. Alright, I keep forgetting to change this to sampled, that way I can keep that nice texture that I want to see on my things. But anyways, hope you guys are having a fantastic morning, or had a fantastic morning. It's afternoon for me, could be morning for you, I don't know. And there's nothing that happened to Arrow Valley. I don't see why people always ask what happened to this park if I don't post it within a couple days. Because people always ask, what happened to it? Nothing happened to it. It's just hasn't had an episode in a couple days. And I know it's probably been like a week or something, or a couple weeks. And, you know, I don't want anyone to get worried. But we'll see how that turns out, you know. And stupid things, video output's already low, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's always just kind of depends. 12:47 for me, 12:47 for me as well. We're in the same time zone, which is cool. So I'm going to kind of build some new buildings around here, and hopefully, I'm not sure it'll be this episode, but hopefully we'll get to the point where we'll actually be able to open the park pretty soon. That's going to be my goal. So I want to try and get as much done as I can. So let's get some foundations here. So I'm going to start off kind of with the shape of the building. That's where we're going to start. We're going to start shaping up the building just a little bit. So we're going to have it go all the way back here, just a little bit. We're gonna have it all the way back here, and we're gonna create kind of like this kind of shape of a building, and then we're going to make it look really good. That's really cool. All right, and what kind of texture are we gonna go with here? So one thing that I wanted to do is I kind of took some more video tutorials, and I came across I think it was like called tile sets, where you actually create your different building walls with details already, and then you just go ahead and click them in there, and then and you can just kind of adjust. Really cool and neat. But anyways, getting to the questions, are you going to add any rides today? Possibly. We'll see. And that's what I'm going to do. Is this park's theme going to be similar to Westwood? Probably not. Probably not. And another question, what happened to Arrow Valley? Nothing's happened to Arrow Valley. Nothing. It is still here. Nothing happened to it. Alright, kind of like, let's go with like the fancy little brick texture here. So let's go, yeah. Alright, so I'm actually going to, let's see, let's go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and start with the front pieces here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these here, and we're going to make this kind of like the foundation piece. Let's make it on the outside there. And then of course someone had, are we gonna add any coasters today? Probably not. I'll be straightforward with you. Probably not. if I had to guess. So take that the way you want, but again, we probably won't be seeing coasters until after the park opens, because again, this is going to be one of those parks that kind of emerges out of nowhere, and it's going to become that park, you know, that's just, I don't know, you'll see. Alright, so let's make some nice little color schemes here. I want to make this kind of a different color, so let's make this let's make a grayish color. That actually will look quite nice. I want to make like this brick kind of texture building. So, like wall tiles. This was a really cool thing that I actually came across. I was actually fairly surprised. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot myself and see what I can create with what I can. So we're just gonna go for it and see what we can come up with. Some different designs here, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what I can go. But we're gonna go through here, and I'm just going to get some very nice. See if I can get a full piece in here. There we go. Yeah, that will work better for us. And we're just going to click that there. That's kind of interesting, but I don't know. Maybe I need to change the outside pieces to something different. Maybe some wood textures would look good. I don't know. Something kind of different, maybe. Again, I'm going into this, doing a little experimentation, and we'll see how it all plays out. All right, so we're gonna go in here and place some wood, and so I want this to be. It's not gonna look modern, but it's gonna look kind of interesting. So we're gonna go in here and sink that in just a little bit. But I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am, and this is gonna be really cool, hopefully when it's all done. So that's gonna be the goal. So let's take some other wooden pieces and see if we can't create something kind of unique. I don't know. I'm just going in here with some interesting kind of looking, just some different kind of details that I'm going to try and find. So I've noticed that you can take a lot of different like wooden pieces and try and use them in a very unique way. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be using a lot of these textures, different kind of pieces, try and use them in a very unique way. Just little different things like that. I think that's cool. There's another, this one. You sink it back, you get a nice little thin wooden piece. Like so. Look at that. Kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting little piece. We'll see how it all pieces together. I think I might get a different foundation piece at the bottom though. So let's take a look at what else we have. Maybe the lime plaster would look good with maybe some recoloring aspect to it. Let's see if I make this a different color. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm trying to see how. Let's see. I'm trying different pieces here. That would look good for the foundation piece, or I can actually leave it blank if I wanted to. But oh gosh, I lost my place. Or maybe we can have it a little bit lower. Maybe. It looks a little bit better. I kind of like this piece better, this brick, a little bit better than the most of them. So that's going to be like a normal wall, empty wall piece. So what you want to do with these is you're going to want to take different variations. Like this, I'm going to take this, and now I'm just going to add like a window to it. Like my own custom window too, that I could actually place in here. So I'm going to put this window in here, and maybe even give it some shutters. So you can like blend some of these together, and some of these tutorials that I have found are actually pretty cool, because you can actually blend some of this stuff together, and it works really well, kind of. It's kind of interesting on how you can actually blend some of this stuff together. It's kind of weird, and I actually enjoy it quite a bit. It's actually really cool. So if I place that down, it needs something on the top still. So if I selected like this piece, maybe I can find a frame kind of for this. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe not. I just need something a little bit more on the top, I feel. See if I can't find a sec. I'm new to this. Fairly new to this, so bear with me here. I'm trying to figure something out of getting a really cool piece. So you can have that. Let's see, nothing there. Nothing's really working for me there. I need something on the top. So let's see. What can we add to the top? Maybe let's see if we can't find any pieces here that could. I need something very small. Let's see if I can't find something smaller here, and that doesn't go to the grid. Alright, so nothing there. Roof decorations. I feel like we have to find something in the window section. That's what I feel like. Perhaps maybe I can use this as some. Let's see if I sink that in, can get that behind. Aha. And we can actually use something similar to like this. Again, making your own custom windows, just it will make it look just a little bit different. Let's see if we can't recolor this just a little bit more here. And I kind of like the dark washed out green color there. Alright, let's make this more of a dark brown maybe. That'll look good. That's cool. Kind of interesting. This is going to be an interesting tile set that I'm coming up with. I don't think we can see this color, so I don't think it really matters. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. And let's see if I can't. No, these are all just a little bit too large. So let's see if we can't find something a little bit, just a little bit better. So hopefully this will all come together. This is all going to be worth it, and it's actually going to make a really cool building. That's what I hope. It's going to make a really cool building. So let's see if I can't go back down to here and see if I can't find some decorations that might work well. I'm trying to really think outside the box here. Really trying to think outside the box and see what I can find to make this. Alright, we got some wooden planks here too. I could actually add a slight detail like that to make it slightly different as well. Yeah. I'll put it on this corner at the same time. Is that the same angle? That's a better angle there. See, you're just creating these little details. Makes things just a little bit interesting. Alright, let's see if I can. Let's just Control X that, and see, I want to create like a little balcony. Not really a balcony, but like a section that kind of pops out. So let's sink this in. I really don't know what I can use here. Something that is small enough. It's kind of what I'm looking for, but everything's just a little bit too large. But I think that's actually a good tile right there. So now that we're going to leave that one alone, I'm going to create another window. So we're going to create another window piece here. So we're going to go Control D, and I'm going to go ahead and delete the window that we have in there, and I'm just going to create a different window. But this tile set thing actually works pretty well. I'm actually fairly surprised of how well it worked, because I went in before this episode and actually kind of reacting to like different stuff in the chat. But anyways, because you guys talk about some weird stuff sometimes. It is true. You do all kind of all just like random stuff in the chat that has nothing to do with anything. Kind of interesting. Alright, just something random like that. This will be a little bit simpler window and everything. So I'm going to take... It's looking pretty cool, actually. Looking pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and take... no, we don't need to do that. Alright, so we got 3 different sets here. And now I can create one that, you know, maybe has a door on it. So we can see what kind of doors we have that could fit well. Oh, this one looks pretty nice, actually. So if I take this, put a door right there, and just kind of alter everything a little bit. So like, yeah, put something like that, and that looks good. And then maybe even a little bit of a deck of some sorts or something like that. So if I pulled this out, let's get that grid size down and just create it that big, like that. And kind of like so. Get that wooden deck. Oh gosh, here we go. That's what we want. And then we can just place this kind of like so. Kind of ground level with that. Just giving us a couple of different options to go with. So this is kind of neat. So now we got 4 different things. Pretty cool. So if maybe I could even add, I don't know, spitball in here. Maybe even add some windows on the sides here. Or not, I don't know. Yeah, let's leave that blank. Okay, so I got these main walls here, and I can get started. And then I'm going to create some other pieces. I don't know why I clicked out of that, but we're going to use this one. We can use this one for like the base here of this building. And you can see kind of where this is going. Alright, and then these inside walls, I kind of want blank with no windows. So they're going to be just a little bit less detailed. So we can put these on the inside here. And then if I need to add some special details, I can. And then I kind of want to add some stalls here. So we're going to add some stalls there. That's kind of how we're going to go with this. Now this is something I'm just experimenting with, and I'm hoping that it actually turns out kind of neat. So that's kind of my goal here. And I can create a very unique building, kind of. So, alright, so we'll take this, and this wall is going to go around side here. might not even matter because it's probably going to be connected to another building, but... And then I want to use this with this window up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, and then I'm just going to delete the foundation here and create or delete a couple of details that I don't really want to see in there. And then we're going to kind of do something like this. That looks good. And now I kind of want to take this piece and use it again. So let's see if I can just get selected this piece here. And then like so, where to, oh my, that it selected all of that. Oh crap. Okay, so never mind. We can just do this, and we'll do it on the other side as well. This would be kind of like a cool little village kind of building that's gonna hopefully work pretty well and look pretty good. So we're gonna do the same side over here. And there you go. Look at that. We got a nice start to a little bit of a really unique building that is already pretty heavily detailed. How cool is that? So this is going to be exciting kind of. This is going to be kind of a symmetrical building that I'm planning out here. I want it to be kind of symmetrical. All right, so we're gonna go through here. Excuse me. Get rid of these again. Kind of like so, and we're gonna do the same thing. See, sometimes, and I learned that you kind of do stuff as you go as well. So we're gonna do that a couple of times here. So this is gonna be another fancy pants kind of building where we're going to have a restaurant or some sort of here. I'm actually thinking that this could be a really good little restaurant building that I could build. That could be in here. That would be kind of cool. But we're going in here kind of with what we know, or what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to build these walls up. These are going to have some nice blank walls to them. And then we can put some windowed ones at the bottom over here, because it's a little bit connected to the entrance building. Okay, so I'll move you in just a second. I just got the shaping down for my building, so we're gonna move you there, and then I'm going to delete this and these. And we'll just move those down to kind of get a nice little blank section of the building. And I was thinking a little bit of a Street Fox Coffee kind of feel. That's a good suggestion. I was actually thinking that myself. So I think I'm going to make this building actually enterable. So we're going to be able to enter. So if I go into paths here, make sure this is selected. We're going to go into the tarmac path, and the entrance is going to be right there. That's going to be entrance. Going to be really cool. This is going to be really cool. And that is my stomach growling like none other. My goodness. I guess I do need to eat a little bit of something after this stream. After that. So, again, I would love to get to some rides eventually today. I don't know if I will. I'd love to get at least one ride in the park. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to actually put something like a sign right there. So that'll be kind of neat. So this bottom piece is going to be kind of interesting, because we're going to be placing, this is going to be more of a symmetrical building, and unlike this one. So it's going to be kind of different, and it's going to give you that really nice little Main Street feel, kind of, is what I'm going for. It's going to be kind of cool. let's see. How do I want the entrance here? I want people to be able to enter this. So I'm going to make it kind of like a more of a custom spot here. So we're going to be building, let's see if we can find the brick texture. There it is. I wish they kind of had like some squared ones, but I can work with these. So what I'm going to do is just kind of blend it in. We're going to blend this in just a little bit. This is going to be the entrance. A fantastic little entrance. All right, we'll lower that down just a little bit there. And we're going to have some signs up here for the building, so you know what the building is. So it's going to be cool. Which is going to be nice. So let's see if I can't find any more nice little decorations to place into here. And I love using wood. Wood is one of my favorite things to use decorations for. So never be surprised when I use a lot of different wood textures and stuff for just different things. But as you can see, pretty cool. And you can go in and add some nice different little things, because we're going to have to add some extra details. Like you can see the foundation gets off here. We're going to have to put some sort of corner piece there that will hopefully work pretty well. I still got to detail the entrance building quite a bit. This is kind of something I wish I would have done with the entrance building. It would have been really cool. So we're going to try and do some interior work here. So I'm going to get some stalls going in here. So let's go ahead and edit. So I'm going to go in shops and facilities. We already have a chief beef over there. So let's do some different kind of food here. Something a little bit different. So I'm going to have, let's make this kind of Italian-ish. Maybe some pizza. I want to put these over here. We're gonna put get some drink shops. I'm definitely gonna have a Street Fox coffee over here. So that will be nice. It blends in pretty well right there. It's gonna blend in pretty nicely. So I'll have those two stalls there, and I think that will do it for that over here. So if I go into paths, select the grid here. I don't know if these are gonna connect, but that's okay. We can connect those. We'll be able to connect those properly. I do wish I could put one there, but it looks like it's not going to work out very well. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get, let's get the glossy. I always use the glossy for interior designs because it has that nice texture to make you kind of feel more like, oh, that's kind of an indoor texture, you know. It's kind of reflective and everything like that, so it's going to be cool. Okay, so now with the paths, I'm just going to connect these, not selecting the grid. That's an easy way to get those done. So if I select a grid of this, it actually connects to that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to work around that. So now we're going to, again, I'm going to be working on a little bit of interior design as well. So I think that would be awesome, just to have some interior design. So I'm going to go back in here. We're going to get the brick texture here for the stalls. That way those are nice. And I'm going to build this as if they, you know, you're able to actually, there's going to be, I'm going to make some doors there to make it look like these are enterable, so you can actually enter these. And then I'm going to actually make some interior, neat interior designs as well. So this wall's gonna actually climb up here. I think I actually used the wrong brick texture, which might be my bad here, but yeah, I did. I used the wrong texture. I knew that was kind of a different kind of texture, but let's get, it is, which one is it? It's this one down. Aha, this one. That's the one. Right there. Perfect. But we're going to go back in here and add some of these. So it's got a nice little theme on the inside of the building. All right, and then since we just kind of place these down, we're going to have to do some on-the-spot theming here. So on-the-spot detailing. So we're just going to have to go in here and create or detail these walls as if they blend in very nice with these. So I'm going to go ahead, got to delete some of these, delete some of these. Alright, so I'm going to place a wall over here as well. That way it just, we don't have that random wall right there. That just looks kind of weird. So now we're going to, for detailing, we're going to line these textures up here. Whoops. Just kind of like so. Like these. That looks very nice. And now I'm going to take some of these wooden textures and continue the trend. I don't know if this is going to affect the... No, that's because there's a gap there. So it doesn't matter. There's actually some space there. There we go. And then if I pull this out just a little bit, we can get something like that. Isn't that cool? That is cool. Something like that actually just makes it pop a little bit more. Alright, nope. Control Z. Control Z. I love the undo button. I'm so glad that is actually a thing in this game. Okay. So now, for fun times, we're going to go ahead and get a unique door in here. I haven't used the other door tile from the tile set, so I haven't gotten to use that yet, but we'll get around to it. Let's see if I can't get something with more stone here. Let's see what we have. This one's kind of neat. Let's use something like that, and we're just going to recolor it to where it kind of matches just a little bit better. There we go. That's a good color. And then we can keep it red. That looks good. I can go with that. Okay, so I'm gonna go take these. Just put them at the bottom here. That way they're there. And let's see if we can't detail this just a little bit more. Maybe even window. I don't know. Possibly. No, maybe not right there. At least not right there. I don't know. Since it's the interior design and we're not going to see it very often, I do want to have some interior, but at the same time, I don't want to overdo it with some interior, because of renderings and stuff. So, yeah, so this is going to be a really cool building. That's that's going to be a fact. This is going to be a really cool building, and it's my first stab at using like tile pieces or custom tile sets, or whatever you want to call them, just to kind of add some really cool. It makes it easier to, and then you can go in here to make it look different. You can add different things, kind of like this, and it looks and works very well. So this is going to be a nice little addition over here. It's going to be, I don't know, I kind of want to make it kind of like an Italian-ish kind of restaurant. I have the pizza pen and then some Street Fox coffee. I don't know why that makes me want to do that. So I'm going to make some blank, we're going to place some blank pieces over here with no, that way we can actually start to get to the point where we're enclosing this, And then we can make some really cool pieces at the top here. I'm probably going to add a back section that looks kind of like a back area. Just a little bit. That way that can be taken care of. And that way there's a back area and we don't have to worry about it or anything else. So if it's a back area, we want to create another section back here. And it can be blank because it's going to be hidden. We don't really need to have windows. I mean, I'll add some if I think it needs it, but I think we're going to add a little bit of a back section here to the building that's going to be a little bit more hidden. And it's going to be a different level, so it's not going to be as high. You know, you're just going to be able to go out here. And in fact, I think I'm going to put the actual this one here, possibly. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. There we go. And then I can actually, you know, it's a nice little door section. I can create a deck, and then we can see if we can't find any staircases of some sorts. Some stairs leading down. See if I can't match this up. Kind of hard to get this perfect, but I don't know. I think I'm going to alter this. I know I built it. I think I'm going to alter this to where the door is on ground level. So we're just going to alter this up just a little bit by doing that and getting rid of that. Kind of like so. And I'm going to readjust this to where it's even with the other walls. Kind of like that. That will work okay. That will work well. Now, as for the roofing and how I'm going to do this, I don't know. So, that's one thing. We're going as we go, and we're going to see how this plays out. So, I'm going to make a sign up here. Let's see if we can find a shop sign. I want to kind of use the pizza pen sign here. And then also maybe a Street Fox Coffee as well. So we're going to have the pizza pen. This is the lit sign. So we're going to place we'll place that there. That looks kind of good. Chief Beef's pizza pen. And then we can place kind of like some Street Fox Coffee signs possibly here as well. And some places. I'm not sure. Let's see. What other ones can we do? Unless I did two different sides, but I kind of like the main building being pizza pen, and then saying off to the side, oh, we also got some Street Fox Coffee in here as well. So I'm not sure if we can really kind of pan this out possibly. I'm not sure, but that's gonna be cool. Maybe I can put another billboard there. I'm not sure, but that's looking pretty good. It's got a good start to it, and we still got some more spaces to fill with some other buildings that we could possibly use. So I'm going to go back into this, and let's just create a flat roof right now until we figure this out. So I want to see if we got, let's see if we got some roofs. Let's just use, I guess we can just use the rough concrete. Trying to figure out if I want this to have any pitched roofs, or if I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And get some... I'm actually going to take a look here at some architectures for roofs and see if I can't find some inspiration. I guess my caps lock is on. Alright, I see how that's going. So if I went here, and I'm just kind of spitballing here, seeing what I can create. If I actually change the color of this to kind of a... that kind of color. See how well this would work out. I'm just trying to see what I can come up with here. Want it all to blend kind of pretty well here, so let's see if I went with the same color. And if we got rid of these pieces and actually did it kind of this way, get the corner pieces in there, and then we'll get these pieces in there. Kind of like that. This will look pretty neat. And then I get the corner pieces in here over here. And then we can actually create some other details that will make this roof pop just a little bit more, because right now it's dull and a little bit boring. So I see a lot of like definitely a lot of like chimneys and stuff, so let's see what kind of roof decorations we can use. I saw some good ones, like actually used kind of these. Sorry, I'm gonna get rid of the line to surface here. Like this looks almost exactly what we were looking for. To have maybe something like this, and then on the top of it, just place something like that. Looks kind of cool. I'm gonna place it on the other side as well. And we got some nice detailing going over here to get us started. So I'm gonna go back to the pitched roofs and see if I can't build something even more. Do some more stuff here with this. Let's see. That's a little bit overkill. Let's just put one in the middle here. Like that. Alright. But yeah, just having different pieces here like that just can add a lot more to the roofing. Now we gotta find the pieces that we... just find some of the pieces that we can complement this. So let's go ahead and find the brick pieces here. And we're gonna close this up. Close all these sections up. I got none over there, so then we'll go to these and close these up. Like so. We'll get to the back section just a little bit. Now we get the fun task of detailing this part. So to do so, I'm going to have to take angle snap off. Kind of want to use this kind of as a nice little detailing piece for the roof. Maybe even make it hang off just a little bit. like that. And if I place another spot here, is that gonna have fighting textures? No, it's actually gonna blend, which is good. So now we'll work a little bit on the other side, and then when we're done, we can actually just copy it to wherever we need it to go. So let's get this just as perfect as we can, and we'll have it hang off the side just a little bit. And some pretty good detailing there. Alright, now we can just move this over to the other side. That way we don't have to do it again. I love copy and paste. Makes things so much easier. Alright, so it could just use a little bit more detailing. So let's see what we can muster up here. That looks pretty cool. Alright, now I kind of want to take some of these pieces, have it at the same angle, and then we can just create a neat little piece here. Alright, let's get rid of that. What if I had a different direction? Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and keep the angle snap on. That way I can get an exact angle here to put this at. There we go. A little bit there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just perfect enough to know that it's perfect. There we go. And we'll just move it to the other side as well. That's looking pretty good. I like it. So roof detailing and just general detailing is always... What's with all this Joe the Ride and Runaway Joe and Joe Streak and Joe Ultimate Fly? Okay, I guess I'm not paying enough attention to the chat, obviously. Yes, I'm not paying attention enough, but I'm just trying to get stuff done. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, let's see if I can't find a nice... Need to fill this in with some pieces that make sense. There we go. Let's try this wooden strategy here and see if this will work well or at all. I'm just trying to cover up that one, the outside piece, the corners here. That way they blend a little bit better. That looks good. That will work. And then I can put one over here as well. And then just so it's not alone, let's also do it over here. There we go. Val Joe and well, Joe, Planet Joe, No Limits Joe. What did I miss? My goodness, I missed something, and something I probably shouldn't have missed. Okay, I probably should use the smaller piece for this one. So we're going to do a similar thing to this roof as well. Oh, gosh. Just gonna do that. We'll rotate it to the other side. Oh gosh, did not want to do that. I wanted to do Control X, not X. I guess I pushed X there. Whoopsie. Okay. Alright, got an idea for this. See if it works. Alright, let's see if I can't select what I'm trying to select here. Probably not. Okay. Never mind then. I'll just do it this way. I'll put there, and we'll just drag it back just a little bit, like so, and then we will copy that, and then I want to place it this way. Kind of as the center of the top of the building. Like that. Okay, so now we can just copy this and place it on the other side as well. On the back side, which isn't as important, but we'll still want to place it in there. There we go. All right, this is starting to shape up just a little bit, or a bit, and I'm enjoying. I think it's gonna turn out nice. I mean, could always be worse, but I think this is a very big step in my building skills. At least that's how I'm viewing it. You know, I want to get better at building, and I'm looking at different things to help my building skills, and this has actually helped quite a bit. So this is a building I didn't think I could build, so this is actually pretty good for me, I think. Pretty good. Alright, so I'll just do that even with there, and that will go there. And that's adding a little bit of detail to the roofing a little bit. So that looks pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty good. Pretty confident in this one. That's gonna turn out very nice. So alright, let's put a roof over this as well. Kinda get that back area kind of set. Is that flush with the ground? Yeah. I can do this. Kind of have that nice little backstage area, which will work very nicely. Alright, so I got another corner I have to take care of. So we're gonna move this on over here. Oh gosh, we're going through stuff. There it is. Alright, well, I gotta put one right here as well. For the simple fact that it's not covered up very well. Even the backstage areas count. Alright, now I need just a one level for these corners over on this small section as well. Which we don't have to worry about as much. There we go, and excuse me, as for the roof on this, I'm trying to debate whether to do something interesting or just keep it kind of, you know, generic, but we'll go into it and try and create a roof for it as well. All right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and actually duplicate this. See if I can't create something kind of neat here. Just for fun. And put one back here as well. And then I kind of want to make this kind of a wooden kind of texture back here. So I'm going to take these and just place them alongside the top here. Like so. And then kind of make a border around it as well. Alright, we'll keep the green just for good measure. I don't know why, but we'll keep the green. Yeah. Kind of an interesting little thing to detail to add for the backstage area that no one's really gonna see. So we'll do that, and then we'll get, of course, our dumpster back here, or you know, we'll just put in bin and it comes up. But recycling bin back here because it is a restaurant, so we want that to be kind of present. And kind of an interesting little building. I think it's really cool. So I'm trying to figure out, still trying to figure out why we're trying to name things after the name Joe. You know, like El Toro, El Joe, Super Joe the Escape, Guaz Joe. Joe is, he is skipping us like crazy. Busch Gardens Joe Ampa. Joey Land, Florida. Son of Joe. Air Joe. Timber Joe. Okay. Joe Hood. Okay. I don't know. Joe Rowler. Like, are these supposed to be the coaster names of something? Because I don't know if I'm... I don't know about it. It's kind of... I don't know if those are going to fit real well. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and... kind of blend this up a little bit. Aw, man, why'd you have to do that? Why does it have to do that? I don't know, but it decided to do that. It wanted to do that for some random reason. Alright, so I kind of want to create a little bit of... Let's see, I want to use kind of a different texture here. There we go. Where it changes paths. I always like to put in some textures there. Just some different textures to kind of make the transition smooth. So you go from this to the indoor texture in the in this, just to make things nice and smooth. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. Oh gosh, don't want to do that. Nope, not doing it. Now it's gonna be difficult to just select that. There we go. I'm gonna do it over here as well. We get a nice little transition to a new texture. I don't know why this is going through like that, but that's kind of bugging me a little bit. But whatever. The new Texas Joe. Mon Joe, Top Joe Dragster, the Iron Joer, the new Joe Coaster, the Ride, Cyclo Joe. Now the names are just repeating. Bat Joe Night Flight, aka Joe Minator. What is going on? I think I missed something. A little bit ridiculous. Or not ridiculous, but like I missed something. That I kind of wish I wouldn't have missed. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and just create some lighting. I like this lamp for this indoor section here. It's gonna be kind of nice to have, I think. All right, let's go on the PM here. See how well lit this is. All right, so it's still very dark in here. All right, so let's see if we can't get some lit stuff in here. So I'm gonna go back to AM just so I can kind of see. All right, so let's go to wall signs. This is the pizza bin. So we're gonna go to shop signs and find the pizza bin. Pizza bin. Kind of wish I could fit that there. Okay, it has this one. We can use this one. Kind of the lit pizza pen sign here. Pizza pen, and then we got some Star Fox coffee right there. Street Fox coffee. Star. Did I say Star Fox? I don't know. All right, so we're going to do some more lighting effects here, and I think one thing that we can do some floor lights. That would be kind of cool. Like, if I can, let's see. I think it's under scenery. We can go to props, lights. Make sure we undo that. We're gonna do a couple of floor lights. I love seeing this, figuring this out from Silverette. He actually had some really cool floor lights that he added in Quality Beach, which I feel like I'm going to use a lot now. So let me get the colors just a little bit matching, at least a little bit. And this will help light up the ground just a little more on the inside. And this is all interior. I mean, will people really care about this as much? Too much? Probably not, but I still want to make sure it's lit up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to line these up, put them on the other side as well. Okay. They're going to be lined up as lined up as I can possibly get them. So, there we go. Now if we go to PM, we can see the floor's lit a little bit, just for fun. And the indoor in here interior is still very, very dark. Alright, so I keep pressing the wrong button. So I'm going to go in here and let's see. Because lighting is very important when it comes to lighting up your building. So we can put some area lights in here. I'm just going to kind of sink them into the ceiling. Just a little bit. Whoops. Where's that one? And just a couple of them. I don't want to go overkill with these area lights, because they can get a little bit bright at times. Alright. We're looking good. Nice and lit in here now. The area lights always help with that. So, and now it's time to see what we can do on the outside of this thing. So, now we got to figure out what we can do on the outside of this building for lighting wise. So, you can never go wrong with these lamps. These lamps are always nice. I do like these lamps a lot. I think they go pretty well with this. So we'll put a couple up there. Let's see, what else can we do? We can place... Let's do some wooden brackets just get some brackets here and act as kind of like a light holder, kind of. I do like doing this quite a bit. You get one of these, and then you go to decorations, and then just hang like these lights off of them. Like they were meant for this. And isn't that neat? It's very neat. For some reason I can't select that anymore, but we can select the wooden bracket again. Alright, so we're just gonna get the light back in here and do the same thing, since I can't select it for some reason. Hard to select it. Just something interesting like that to help light it up a little bit. Light things up. And then we're gonna go scenery and use these event lights. See if I can't use these to try and light these up just a little bit. So angle snap needs to go off. Kind of build them into like they're built into the rocks. But I want them to still be visible. I don't know, is that gonna do anything? It doesn't, it helps a little bit. It lights it up just a little bit. Just a little bit. But it's starting to light up just a little bit more in here, and we got just a tiny bit of interior. I'm not huge on interior a whole lot on buildings like these, but they're looking pretty good. Now, I think this building's almost pretty much done. Pretty close, if not. It's pretty close. We can always add some more details later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go R, and I'm going to go relocate some of these just in case I do need to come back. Just in case I do need to come back, I'm going to try and save these as much as I can. And I'm just going to move them out of the way. Just going to move them out of the way. That way, if I want to build the next building, I can, because there's going to be another building here. So that's cool. All right, so we got another awesome building in our park. You know, I'm trying to really detail as much as I can. You know, I thought the entrance detailing needs some work as well, so we're gonna try and get some details going in there as well. But you guys want to see rides already, so I know the opening of this park is not gonna have a fantastic amount of rides. It's only gonna have 1, possibly 2 rides in the park at opening. So I just want to make that completely clear. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a ride. We're going to build a ride that's going to have some details. We're going to build here. Okay, so I'm going to get the multi-selection tool, and we're going to clear out right back here. Oh gosh, I look so naked now. So we're going to clear out back here just a little bit. I'm going to have to expand the terrain out. So we're under sampled. And we're just going to have to level this out just a little bit. That way we have some space to build said ride. Alright, so the terraforming looking good over here. And now, what ride do we want to put over here? Of course, we're going to put something that is going to be kind of like a centerpiece element of the park. And it will just add more. So I think the big wheel, a Ferris wheel, will just look iconic. especially if this park's in its early beginnings, a Ferris wheel will just look iconic in the center here, especially when you have the water show going off and you got the Ferris wheel in the background. It's going to look really nice. I would almost say kind of serves as, as Silverette would say, a weenie, kind of. Maybe. It will be the weenie of the park at opening, at least. So it's going to be the weenie of the park, kind of. Because you're going to be entering in, you're going to be able to see this. I mean, it's not huge. It's going to be kind of like a small weenie. I can't believe I'm going to be using these words. But, again, you know, it's an actual term, apparently, so I thought I'd use it. Because I don't know if I've actually used that term on my channel, but it's a very popular word, especially on Silverette's channel, that's for sure. So, put it on a slight hill. I think that actually is a pretty good idea. So we might just do that. The weenie wheel, of course. the weenie wheel. So I'm gonna raise up just a little. I don't want to overkill it. But we're going to place this. We're gonna create some terrainy spots here. And we're going to place it on top of this terrain. I wanted to put it just a little bit higher. We're going to place it just a little bit higher up on this hill. So it would be cool. But yeah, I wanted to get a ride in here, at least at park opening. There's not going to be much here at park opening. Just keep that in mind. There's going to be this entrance area, a Ferris wheel, and maybe a couple more spots. Maybe, at max. And then I'm going to create some areas where we can actually kind of branch off and expand. There we go. Alright, so I want to place this kind of right on the edge right here. We're going to be living on the edge here. I want to make this a centerpiece kind of element. Not an element, but a centerpiece kind of ride. But, like I said, it's not like a weenie, but it's kind of like a smaller weenie, and it's going to be the weenie of the park at opening, and there could possibly be something a little bit bigger later on. Who knows? There we go. We'll go ahead and place that down. And I really want to kind of customize these, even the flat rides quite a bit. That's what kind of my goal. I want to customize these. You know, the weenie of Westwood is definitely the clock tower. And this is going to probably be the largest structure at opening. Again, we're probably not going to have any roller coasters by the time this park opens to the public. So, again, this is a story park. So, excuse me. And it's going to start out with some humble beginnings. You know, it's going to have a really cool entrance. But it's going to have it is a pretty massive entrance. Like, a pretty majestic entrance. It's going to have a lot of shops. And that's what the main attractions are going to be: the shops, the water show, and possibly some fireworks, of course. Gotta have some fireworks, possibly. And that's going to be kind of like the main thing. That's kind of where this park is going to originate from, is just some minor attractions. And then, of course, a couple of, you know, mild attractions, you know, like a Ferris wheel. I don't know what else I'm going to put in. Possibly a different ride, another ride. But maybe like a merry-go-round, like just like very small theme park attractions. Nothing very thrilling. And then maybe after it opens, people will start requesting, you know, hey, maybe you should put in a thrill ride to really attract some thrill seekers. So the park's going to listen in to the public a little bit. And they're going to go, oh, maybe we can add some thrill attractions. And that's where it begins. And you can possibly start seeing the roller coaster aspects come into place. So let's go ahead and put an entrance here. Place an exit. And let's start detailing this very heavily. So I'm going to go back to the terrain. flattened to a foundation. We're gonna go back around this. I just wanted to make sure it was big enough for the Ferris wheel. I just wanted it on top of some terrain here. Whoops. And we'll see how this plays out. This terrain is actually, my goal is to actually have it a little bit covered up. Some spots don't want to get covered up for some reason though. Alright. So we're going to go in here, level this out as much as we can. But having it on that higher ground does make it a little bit better because it will be a little bit higher up. So you can get some very good views of the hills over the hills here. And just overview of the park. So it's going to be cool. So like you said, yeah, like the first coaster is going to be something a little bit cheaper because the park's not going to have the budget like, you know, a Cedar Point budget or anything like that. It's going to have that small budget. So before I get into any of this, we're going to go into kind of like the buildings, and I'm glad we have no collision because I'm going to kind of create my own custom kind of area around this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create, let's go ahead and do smooth concrete. I want this just to cover over the top because I'm probably going to get rid of the texture anyways. I'm going to build this across here to where it's going to cover up, and then let's go ahead and center this perfectly. Alright, now I want to pull this out all the way to the pathway. Make sure it's even with this pathway. And then we're going to place this just over so we can see it like so. That will work. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and edit this building. And we're going to cover this all up. Now, I'm probably going to get rid of the fence around the Ferris wheel and actually create my own custom sections. So everything I want to do with these flat rides, I want to make them very custom and make them work very well. So already this is looking fantastic. So I'm going to get a foundation, kind of like a brick texture or concrete of some sorts. The lime plaster looks pretty good. So I'm going to just change the color here. Or we can have a brick. I think brick would actually work very well as well. Just kind of give it that really good feel. Alright, so let's go ahead and use the 2-meter wall. And we're just going to cover up all of the terrain. That way none of it's peeking through. And it looks like this is on its own kind of foundation. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to add possibly another one here. So I'm going to go ahead and go grid size because I don't want to expand it out as much. I just want to expand it out here. Same with this. Now we'll turn it around and then that will be on level ground like we want it. That gives us a little bit more options for our queue line, and I want to create my queue line to be very custom as well. And it can be a little bit uneven here, but that'll be good. So if I go over here, maybe I can't. There we go. Get rid of that getting in my way, but that will be that's good enough. It will be good. So we're gonna go in here. And I'm going to go to paths, and I think I'm going to select natural and completely get rid of those fences. So now all we have is an empty plot with a Ferris wheel on some foundation. Looking pretty good. And now we can create our own kind of fence that we want to build in here. So I'm going to create my own. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a... I'm going to grab... I think I'm going to grab the rough concrete texture here. Whoops, I just hit my microphone. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to try and do this. And get some of the metal fences. So we're going to go fence in the search bar here. Always easier to just find fences like that. We got that, and then we got the tall. Let's use the tall ones. And I like the white. Let's see what it looks like black. I think black will be a better idea here. Okay, so I want this to blend in very well. So we got that. Is there anything else details I want to add to this? If there is, I need to do it now. So, kind of like a wall fence, yes. A weenie fence. A weenie fence. And now the weenie thing's just going to start getting out of hand. I already see it happening. I already see it happening. Alright, so we got a brick texture. What kind of texture? Kind of want to... that angle snap on here. Create a very beautiful... something that's going to be very, very nice to use. Let's go with that dark red. Sink this in just a little bit. Just a little bit more and make this as even as we can. That way, when they connect with each other, they're going to connect very well. That way, all I have to do is select these, and I can just continue it. Alright, that worked very well. So, now we're going to create a beautiful tall fence around this as the ride's perimeter. Now, let's see how well this will... Alright, so that's not going to... that's okay. We're going to create some corner pieces that are going to help us with that. So, we're going to Weenie the Pooh. GCI the Weenie. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm going to create a fence as well. We got to take off the grid size though. Grid size has to go. Because now I have to muster up this. I might even be able to adjust that entrance and exit to where they fit a little bit better within this. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. See if I can't get this to fit. Let's see, place entrance. Yeah, we'll fit this in here perfectly like that. Same with the exit. If we can. Oh, the exit's going to be a little bit further away. Interesting. Alright. No problem. Let's see what we can do. Alright, we're going to figure this out one way or another. Even if it means we have to delete that and create kind of a custom piece here. So I think those are good spots for those. So that's kind of where we're heading into an issue here. For some reason these aren't going to line up properly. The only logical explanation is to actually move the Ferris wheel slightly over. That's where I'm getting right now. And I don't know if I can do that. If I click move. Yeah, we're going to have that a little bit of an issue here. Not too much of an issue, but a little bit of an issue. Alright, I'm not going to worry about it for right now. we can adjust it later. As see, the terrain's, I don't know what the terrain's doing. I'm trying to get rid of those spots. Don't want those spots in there. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful custom fencing. Did it move it over to here? What is... Why are these appearing? I don't know. Maybe it was because... Okay. I think we're good. Unless I move the exit over, like you said. Let's see if we... If I place the exit over here... to line up with that. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Because the entrance lines up perfectly, the exit is not. So if I... Let's see if I can actually edit the building. And I'm going to... Let's say if I move the exit, of course. Because that's the one we're having issues with. So if I do this... And we'll go over here. Is that one whole section there? I'm not sure. Place exit. Line it up with that. And then just here. Then placed another one right here. And then we can actually adjust the exit to where it's perfectly in place. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. It doesn't have to be completely symmetrical. That's actually going to work just fine. Alright, so if I place an entrance... Oh gosh, we're going to have that issue with the terrain a little bit. So... like that. Like, I don't know why the corner pieces... Like, I don't want any corner or curbs. Like, I wish I could go without curbs if it's on unelevated pathways. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to expand the terrain a little bit this way, and hopefully it won't become noticed. But we're going to use this just for the purposes of trying to get our pathways here. That way our pathways don't show up, and I can create my own custom pathways. But for right now, I'm going to add some railings. That way I can see where my pathways are, and then I can adjust later on. So we're going to create a little bit of a queue line here for our amazing weenie big wheel. And it's not going to be huge. We don't need a huge queue line or anything. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to adjust the terrain later, or we'll get it all where we want it right now. And I'm just going to continue. Let's see how I'm going to create a pathway down here that will serve as the entrance. So I'm going to do this hopefully the way I want to. And we're going to have to hold control here, and it's trying to be tricky with me. So I still, because I just want the clean pathways here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, no. So I want to select the grid. I want those like that. So there we go. And now if I... Whoops. Oopsie. Whoopsie doopsie. Alright, so if I get rid of the terrain like this, we can try and get a pathway down here. That will evenly serve here. So I'm going to go this way. And then I'm going to have the entrance right there with a slight elevation right there. So with that being done, there we go. So that's a pretty decently sized queue, I think, for just a Ferris wheel. Nothing too fancy or anything like that. So that's good. This is going to have curbs regardless, which is okay. For the staircase and stuff. For the elevated parts, I don't mind, because they're going to need the curbs anyways. So now I'm going to get rid of all this terrain on the side here, because that's unneeded now. There we go. And now we got to worry about the exit as well. So I'm going to get the exit going on here. So I'm actually going to continue the regular paths over here. I can actually place them. Oh gosh, that does not line up. But that's okay, because I got an idea of how to actually fix that. Let's get back to the tarmac texture here. So we're gonna cruise on down with our pathway, heading towards the entrance of this wonderful Ferris wheel. And hopefully this is pretty flat. If it's not entirely flat, it's okay actually, because the matter of the fact is, you know, it will make it look a little bit more original anyways. It will make it look good the way it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna work this again. I'm gonna work this from here. Everything's gonna be fairly symmetrical for the most part. We're gonna have everything fairly symmetrical. I'm gonna make this look very beautiful. Alright, we'll select the pathway here. Everything's very square at the moment, so just bear with me, and it will get a little bit more original as the park goes along. So, but as for the entrance and stuff, I want to make sure it's very nice and symmetrical, and not like symmetrical, but pretty symmetrical for the most part. Alright, so that's not completely even, believe it or not. So I might have to redo that all over again. Do this, or move everything here to make this kind of centered up more, because I wasn't completely centered. Which means I'm probably gonna have to redo the path as well. See, perfection is beautiful. Trial and error. You gotta keep redoing things sometimes. Alright, as for the Ferris wheel, I'm gonna move it over just a little bit as well. Line it up with these again, and I'm just going to move it over just in the slightest. I mean, I could keep it right there. Or no, we do want to line these up with these. Again, the way we had it. We just had to move everything over. That's the main thing. Everything had to be moved. And everything's moved. Like that. So we're going to have to redo the queue line, which is okay. Alright, so I'm going to redo this queue line. And hopefully we can connect it to the pathway down here. So that's going to be another goal here. So here we go. We go back to queue lines. We're going to stick with this one. We're going to get the grid from this, but instead I want it to go straight over here like this. Kind of zigzag just a little bit. And that will be perfect. And I'll have a straight piece there. That way we can adjust it the way we need to. So let's get rid of all this terrain right here. Might need some for the exit, but for right now, we're just working on the queue line. Oh, that's going to be annoying if I can't get rid of that. Oh, no. I got ideas of how I can cover stuff up, though, if that stuff does happen. All right, we're pretty flat. All right, so queue line again. Here we go. So, what is everybody doing for 4th of July? Lots of fireworks? Oh, I actually like that a lot. There we go. Everyone doing a lot of fireworks? I actually don't have any fireworks right now. I don't have the funds to work on or actually do anything like that. So I'm actually not going to probably be doing anything if I had to guess. But that's okay. All right, we're going to go with tarmac. I'm going to keep this like so. We're going to select the grid, and it's going to have a nice little exit. All right, so we got that. Now we can get rid of the terrain because that's the main piece I wanted there. All right. All the terrain. All the terraining. And now we can just go to regular paths and see how we can do this. Let's see. Just connect to each other. Slightly off-centered. That's the only thing. If I'm going to do this, it's going to be do it this way. It's going to be hard to get it centered up. That's pretty close. Not too shabby. Not too bad. Not too bad. If we do it that way. So now we kind of make this look a little bit more cleaner. A little bit, because right now it just looks like crap with the way it's looking right now. So we're gonna go in and just, let's see, can I get pieces here? That's gonna look good, right, if I do it that way. There we go. That's a little bit kind of like a, oh no, a moment. But we can always cover stuff up. Always. I'm going to keep that in mind. Always cover stuff up. Alright, I'm going to get rid of these pieces for right now. And we're just going to do it this way. And this will be, hopefully, a little bit better. So my goal is to try and get this to get over here. Let's see. I did the same thing here. Let's get rid of that. Whatever. As long as it blends, I don't care. As long as it's gonna blend together. All right, so we'll do something for that spot right there. And I'm like, just at the point where I'm like, I promise this will look good. Eventually. Alright, let's take this. And we're going to use this here. Alright, so that didn't connect very well over there, but we got this. We're just going to get our fences all the way around with the queue line. As we got our entrance and exit here. And might see if I can't readjust the pathway a little bit here to flow just a little bit nicer. Oh gosh, I just threw my mouse. Oh, what is that? What is that coming up for? Okay. Okay, so it always wants to go straight to the terrain. Sometimes I just like, no, go level and straight. That's all I want you to do. Oh, whoops. Alright, so I'm going to go in here. We're going to delete that piece. That's the main piece that was kind of giving us issues. Oh gosh, now I can't see anything. Oh man. This hard to get this correct. See, now I can't line it up. That's my problem. I want it, try and get it as straight as I can. Here, I'll do this. And if I hold Z, you can actually make that straight. See, if I delete that piece, hold Control, I might be, oh crap. Because now I'm accidentally deleting all the pieces here. There we go. Okay, so I need to... Why is that all one piece? I don't want that to be all one piece. This is very difficult. Now it's slightly off to the side. Alright, let's just go all the way back here and see if I can't get what I had. Yeah, that's what I had. And so far, that looks the best. I think I got an idea of what I'm going to do to make it blend in a little bit better. So, let's go back to this. I might have to make a couple new pieces for this to actually work out. Yeah, because the entrance and stuff, it's all going to get in the way. So I can create some sort of like grand entrance here for this. And now the issue we have, of course, is a little bit of the terrain. Pieces are going to get in a little bit in the way here. But now I just got to find some pieces that actually will work okay with this. This is going to be a little bit of the harder part. There we go. Is this like not going well? What is this doing? Okay. Okay, now. You should be perfectly aligned with there. I just got to get the angle correct. That should be all I have to do. Should be. It should be anyways. Okay. See, I'm just trying to create my own custom stuff here. So we're going to go in here, get the same kind of colors. Get this to the top. Do it on the other side. This is going to kind of get us the start of our own kind of custom spot here. So now I'm going to go in here and we'll turn angle snap on for that situation and line this up. Should just have to line this up. and give us a nice little entry spot. There we go. And that looks somewhat decent. This is going to be kind of interesting. Again, I wish I could completely clear this, you know, the terrain issues. Let me make sure my settings are on the collisions. The collisions are all where they need to be. Disabled terrain collision, disable ride collision, disable coaster collision, disable scenery collision. Yeah, all the collisions are turned off. Just the way that we wanted it, so. Okay, so for the same with the exit, I'm going to try and grab some of these. Not exactly copy, but let's get that angle snap off. And it's all kind of wacky, so I'm just going to grab one. Didn't need to grab two. And adjust it just a little bit. That way we can work it into here just a little bit, because the angle's going to be a little bit different. Wow. Wow, that's all different. Very interesting. Alright, so these, I gotta do the same thing over here, except it's a little bit different as well. The angle has a very interesting angle to it. So I'm just gonna try and follow this as best as I can. There we go. Let's see if this doesn't match this, which it doesn't. Always kind of weird how I feel like sometimes it changes in a sense. I do have that feeling sometimes that this is just like, no, I'm going to change and be different. Okay, so now we got a little bit of custom. Now I got to create some sort of like support in a way that will cover some of this up. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for that. So that's kind of interesting. So what I wanted to do to kind of maybe possibly cover up these curbs is to create kind of like this. See, I'm really kind of overthinking this. Or really kind of overdoing this, I think, but hopefully in the end it will all be worth it. So if I go all the way down like this, kind of, we kind of have that ends up getting covered up. Like so. See, kind of creating, it's almost like a custom pathway in a sense. Get to the end here. And it looks pretty cool because I think I'm going to create some sort of cover for the queue line. And not necessarily a wall, but some sort of fence or something might go right there. And I think for the paths here, I'm going to go ahead and add railing on elevated for the queue line here. And also for the pathway. Railing on ground. There we go. That's why that was kind of... That way we have a nice little exit. And, you know, the end game in-game railings aren't too bad. So even though I might actually create my own kind of railing, but I think I might use the in-game ones for these. But that's kind of cool. Kind of the start of what this is going to be. So, and the greatest part is I'm not even done. This is just the beginning. This is the beginning, because now we get into some foliage. Foliage. I know a lot of people judge me on how I say it sometimes, but we're gonna get into some beautiful foliage, whichever one you prefer. And we're just going to get some nice grass down here. And then we're going to add some, like, beautiful flowers and just a lot of different stuff. And it's going to really make this pop. It's going to pop up just like, wow. But you're talking about billboards, videos for the floor entrance. We'll get into that. Here we go. So this is going to be all this around here. We're going to do it on this side. I'm going to try and do my best to cover up that little slight terrain glitchy spot. Or we can leave it alone, because it might not even be anything to have to worry about. So we're going to put it all alongside this path. I'm going to create a nice custom curb for this path as well that will complement this, hopefully very well. But I want this area to feel very cozy, and maybe I even should have left a little bit in the front. I don't know. I'm not going to do it now, but we're gonna go in here and just get the base of how beautiful this is gonna be. This is gonna be beautiful and stunningly amazing looking. I want it to have that stunning, like, oh my gosh, I want this to be beautiful. Because you're gonna look at it and go, wow, this is a beautiful park. It's going to really attract people. The scenery. We gotta have the scenery. I love how the scenery rating is over 2,000, probably because of all the trees that I placed down over in the distance. All the trees in the hills. But my goal is to also create a lot of custom logos for these things as well. So we're going to have some really cool logos. I haven't created any just yet, but now I actually have some to create, like this, the star, or the big wheel here. We can really create something very beautiful. All right, so let's see. Of course, we can get into, you can't go wrong with these flowers. Cannot go wrong with these flowers. These roses. Let's see if I can't cover that up just a little bit. So we're going to place these just alongside here. Rotate them a little bit, make them look a little different from each other. And if I put some of these in between, just like a patch of them. Yes. And make them slightly imperfect. You know, make them just slightly imperfect. This is just the start of things. So much beauty. But how about that? Just something simple like that. Really, really cool. Really, really beautiful. Alright, so we're going to go in here. And I'm going to go and try and space this out a little evenly this time. Yeah, about right there. About right there. Because we're just going to focus on a lot of plants here. And this is going to be... I might even add a couple of trees on the outside. A couple of smaller trees. Maybe even, you know, these. Because these work very well. Very pretty. Very beautiful. And we can just place them like so. I'm going to lag this park out probably so much, but man, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. That's probably one thing. Alright, just a couple of these. Kind of like little patches of them. See if I can't fit more of these in here. Because we're just going to really make people go, wow. Look at all the colors. Look at all the cool stuff. It's going to be great. Alright, let's make these a little bit of a white color. Right in front of the entrance. And what can we put in between? We can put some of these trees. These are very good to use in some really good situations. Wow. And we're still not done. Like we still got more stuff to do with this. That's the exciting part. Alright, I want to create a little bit of flower bed here. Just something a little different. Like it's just gonna be here. And then we can change the color of this. Let's get some blue in there. Some light blue. A little bit darker than that. That way you can actually see it. But have this just popping out. That way people go, wow. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Alright, I don't know if I can make it a part of the same building, but how can I make that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can. Bet your butt I can. Okay. Alright, I need to change the grid height. Because I don't want it too tall. We're going to have this on the outside. Like so. And it's not much of a curve, but just kind of a point, and I just like completely ruined that flower bed. Which is even funnier. Okay. Alright, we're gonna kinda... This one's gonna be on the inside. Just slightly. A little bit of flowery stuff to do, still do. Huh. Alright, now we're going to change the grid size here. And we're going to have a grand entrance. And that's beautiful. 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 Alright, so let's go a little bit on the scenery side here. See, now we've built this building. Now I got more pathway, which means I get to build more buildings. But do I ever plan on going to Europe? Not anytime soon. But boy, would I love to see some of the parks out there. It'd be really cool. I do want to see a lot of go to a lot of parks eventually overseas. It'd be very cool. Because I've never been, you know? I've never been overseas. You know, the only time I've been out of the US was when I went to Canada for a trip, for a marching trip, or like a band trip, which was really, really cool, actually. It was very interesting to be in a different, actually a different, you know, place that wasn't the U.S., if you know what I'm saying. I need to get over there just a little bit, or I need to get somewhere else eventually sometime soon. But we'll see. Who knows? Just so much to do, so little time in life. Am I right? See, now we're gonna be outside the entrance, and you can just see what's about to await you. I haven't ridden Mystic Timbers, no, and I probably won't get around to it this year. I'm not sure if I will be able to take a trip this year to Kings Island like I did last year. I would love to, but I don't know if I just don't know if it's gonna happen or not. As much as I do want to go on another trip. All right, let's play. I kind of wanted to add a little bit more. Now that we're on the kind of like the bushes side of things and stuff like that, add a little bit more to the rocks here. A little bit more originality to them. Some nice bushes, just some nice little different colors to add to it. Like green always works well with rocks. Get some of those green, some of that green in there. See, we got different kind of colors of green here. This will work pretty good. Just to add a little bit more to this area. Look at that. Looks good. And we're in good shape. So we got the entrance to this magnificent ride of just literally a Ferris wheel. Is going to be in the center of this place, and it's going to look pretty good. And what else can I add to this? I want to put like a grand entrance, a really cool entrance to this. But how are we gonna do it? How are we gonna do it? I want to put like a cool entrance sign here. So I'm gonna make it part of the building. Let's create a brick structure here. That at least goes upwards. Just a little bit. Yeah, let's get the smaller piece here. A little bit like that. I'm gonna get to the custom custom screens here. Oh my gosh, it's way too big. It's too small. Alright, so if I could find just the right size. See, I can do something kind of neat here if I can figure this out. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to building. And we're going to connect this with some sort of piece that I'm going to try and figure out here. I'm going to sink this into here. Alright, we'll just double that up right there. And that will look good. But we have this epic screen now. So let's move this. Never mind. We're gonna get rid of it. I don't want that. I do not want that. I want something else. Let's use this. Beautiful. Rotate it around that direction. Look a little bit better. And we're going to change the color of this to, of course, the red. And it's going to be a screen that we can use. Alright, so I'm just going to see what happens when I add a... See, we got cheap beef. Oh, so they got the square one and the wide one as well. So we're just gonna have some placeholder pictures here, but I got an idea of what I want to do. So these are just going to be placeholders for right now until I get the actual thing up. So this will serve as the awesome entrance. To the Ferris wheel. And let's see if I can't get a good... Just like a footer here. That'll be good. Alright, that's a really cool entrance. Slightly, and... Sorry. Alright, and that's going to look good right there. Let's see if I can't find any framework that might work well on the back side here. Just as some support is what I'm kind of wanting to look into here, just to like some framework on the backside, so it looks like it's got some support to it. So we're just gonna place this like that. And then we'll place some horizontally as well. Is that going through? Okay. As long as it's not going to go through. Can't find any bathrooms in this park. That's true. There's no bathrooms just yet. We'll see if we can get to them, though. We'll get him in there eventually. But, yeah. But we have a ride in the park now. Isn't that great? We have a ride. Let's see how the queue, of course, it's going to be, the queue scenery rate is going to be 100. Now, another good question is, do I keep the color the same? I like the color already. The main color with the blue. It looks really good. I kind of like it. I do like it. Quite a bit. Alright, so we got a couple of shops, restaurants, and now we got a Ferris wheel. So we got a ride as well. And you can see the park prestige. Or not the prestige, the park rating is 2563, just based based off of, you know, all the scenery around the park. It's always good. So this is gonna be a really cool park. I know it. I just feel it. So we got another building. The pizza pen. Looks really cool. I'm actually very, very proud of this. This building back here. It's got a nice little backstage area. Looking very nice. I know, I still gotta detail. Still gotta detail this entrance quite a bit. So that's something that's gonna have to develop soon. But we'll see how it develops. So anyways, and I still got probably a little bit more to do with this Ferris wheel, but still looking pretty good. Pretty darn awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and save, since I haven't done that yet, and I don't want anything to happen. So we're going to save the park. Golden Valley. And why don't we take a ride on our big wheel here. Oh my goodness. Where are we at? I can't even see. Okay. We're over here. Can I change the seats a little bit? I want to be more on the outside, kind of. Here's kind of like a centery spot. Let's just to kind of take a look at the interest. So we can kind of see, looks great. So if we're on this side, you get a beautiful view of just the hills and the trees from up top. You can even probably see a little bit of the water in the distance, the little pond. Get a good view of the park a little bit. So you can kind of see it going. There's just so many things to do now. And now we got the water show. There's no one in the park. There's a couple of mechanics guys. They at least, they do something. But you can get a really cool view of the water show as well, which is hopefully going to be going off here in a little bit. I think I have it going off every 2 hours. I think it will go off at 10 a.m. So if we fast forward to 10 a.m., or I could just press play, but I want to get the real feel of this thing. Here we go. Got some speakers over here kind of synced with it as well. Look how tall the water goes. This epic water show. Boom. I love this. And now you got the epic, awesome Ferris wheel in the background, which is great. And it's a pretty lengthy show, too. It's over a minute long. Hooray! Alright, so if we're ground level at the entrance, you can see that water all the way from up there. So if you go through here, you can actually see it's really cool. if we go further back, like when we're in the parking lot, we can see the Ferris wheel, can see the entrance, and we're just like, you're just kind of like, wow, this is beautiful. This is freaking beautiful. But yeah, this is starting to come together. I'm very excited. Tell me, let me guys know if you guys are excited. And I hope you guys have a great, wonderful 4th of July. And if I don't know if I'm going to be doing another live stream tonight, we'll see, possibly, or maybe not. Just kind of depends, because I think I have a wedding to go to tonight. Jessie really wants me to go. I don't really want to go myself because I don't really know the peoples, but she wants me to go, so kind of gotta listen to the wife, or listen to her. So gotta listen to Jess. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this live stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed this park coming together. I can't wait till we get to the point where we can actually open the park and get some really cool things going on here, and actually get some really awesome construction stuff going on as the park opens up. So we got some progress in. We got our first ride, another building in, which actually looks really, really good. I'm actually very proud of actually how it turned out. It looks really good with the pizza pen, and we'll continue to work on some more stuff and different areas like that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great day, even cooler tomorrow. Thanks so much, and goodbye.